Hi, so today, this is Alexis Robinson, and I am with Holistic Pathways. This is my little company, and today I'm talking about my juicing journey. So I used to juice every day, every day, sometimes twice a day. When I first started juicing, I was more of a juice faster than a juice than juice feasting. Sorry, than juice fasting. And juice feasting is you kind of just drink more juice. It's just and how you drink it, and it's not as constrictive it can be as juice fasting, where you're like not eating anything. Juice feasting, I think, is more where you're upping more of your juice content. You're still eating, maybe not as much, but you're definitely opening juice, taking in more juice, vegetable juice, versus juice fasting, where you're probably not even eating, and all you're really drinking is juice. So one of the things that I started about a few months ago was doing the celery juice thing, because that was the craze. And as a health coach, I try to go through all the different crazes and fads that come through, try them out, check them out, and see how they work. And so for 60 days, I did celery juice, a whole stalk of celery a day. I didn't necessarily, I didn't know what I was looking for, so I didn't know what I was going to see. And so because I didn't know what I was looking for, I didn't know what I was going to see, I kind of went into it blindly. And so for me, I was like, well, I don't see anything. But as time went on, and when I stopped doing it, I did notice some things. So to go back into, you do trial and error and test and retest, I'm back doing my celery juice, whole stalk of celery juice a day. Uh, Not really a challenge, it's not really challenging, but just adding that to my healthy habit. I'm also back in doing my healthy habit of juice. So why? First of all, I want to go into two things. One is, why is celery juice? Why drink celery juice? Why do people drink celery juice? I eat celery. Period. Celery has a lot of health benefits, and as my brain is not the best when it comes to remembering stuff, have written it down. So one of the things that celery is it helps reduce inflammation, and helps treat a range of inflammatory diseases. So it's an antioxidant. So it's very good in having, if you have inflammation issues, in it helps do that, helps alleviate that, helps make it better. You won't be so puffy. You won't have those things that inflammation causes, especially silent inflammation. Because a lot of people talk about inflammation that you can see, but it's inflammation that you can't see, which is usually how you get those diseases that are more inflammatory diseases. You can't see them. So you don't know what exactly is helping those things. The celery and a lot of other antioxidants really help with when you have inflammatory, especially the ones you can't see. You can feel it a little bit, but you can't see it. And the one thing that's bad about when you have inflammation that you can't see is that it affects your body in other ways, and it brings on other diseases and other feelings and other sicknesses that look like other things. And it's really, really, really a part of you having could be having an overactive inflammation, or silent inflammation as it's called. Another thing is it helps boost your immunity. So it's immunity boosting. In this time of different diseases and sickness, you need to have in anything. You need to have your immunity up. Your body needs to be able to get the things it needs to do what your body does. What is fight whatever's going on, and that's what immunity is about. It helps your body is fighting the little things that get attacked with. So when you boost your immunity, it helps your body fight better. So celery juice helps you do that. It improves digestion. So I sometimes, especially as someone who has gastric bypass surgery, digestion could be a hit and miss kind of thing. I may not produce enough acid in my stomach. I have to really watch what I eat. Now I have a lot of space to put it in still, even after 10 years. So drinking more celery helps your digestion, especially if you're someone who eats protein and a high protein diet, like meats and things. It helps break it down easier. It increases your stomach acid to help that gets broken down easier. So your body is having an easier time with breaking down high protein foods, which would be usually your meats, and sometimes your veggies too, depending on what you do. But anything that most people who do high protein are doing high meat, and so adding celery juice, but adding even celery to your food helps your body digest those things, and it helps your body digest in general faster. It makes it more efficient and help you digest faster. So that's good to know. If you have that, helps fight infections. That goes back to your immunity. Helps you fight those things that attack your body. Some things you see and don't even know about, and some things you feel all the time. Even how you bounce back from sickness is a part of how good your immunity is. Immunity doesn't mean you don't get sick, but it does mean your body is better able to fight when you do. And so you want to make sure you equip your body with what it needs to do that. It helps lower cholesterol, especially the bad one. So that's a lot of things people have. Even people who are thinner, they still can have problems with cholesterol. So drinking celery juice and eating celery juice, having some celery in your diet can help lower that. So you won't have that cholesterol problem. It also helps lower blood pressure. In this time of stress, a lot of people are having their blood pressure is going up. They're eating, especially being home. They're not maybe eating as much fresh food. They're still eating out more. They're eating more things that have salt in it, eating things that are more quicker. People are doing that on a norm, but being home, as some people have been eating a lot more and snacking and junking, that is also, people have been having maybe their blood pressure raised. And with the stress of being home and being alone and having to worry about things, worrying about their jobs, worrying about their families, worrying about the stress level. All that stuff contributes to you having high blood pressure. And so having celery helps lower that. Also, of course, doing things that help relieve your stressful activities. Yoga, meditation, making sure you don't eat a whole lot of processed food that usually have a high salt content. These things can also help, but celery also helps that too. It helps your liver. Our liver takes a beating. A lot of times we're not drinking enough water. We're not drinking enough, doing enough things to help our liver get rid of all those things that are in our toxins in our body, our kidneys and our liver. And to help our liver, celery does that. It helps the liver being able to stay healthy and maintain, won't be so fatty, and get rid of the stuff that it needs to get rid of. And it's loaded with vitamins. It's loaded with K. How many people really know how much K vitamins they have? I know I don't. You probably don't either. So it helps with K. It's loaded with K. And B6. I struggle with B vitamins. So having something that has B6 in it helps. Okay. I have to have my B12, might be all the Bs, but it's hard for me. So getting Bs in my system fast and efficiently is always a plus for me. Potassium. A lot of us don't get a lot of potassium. We have cramps. We have these issues. Our potassium is low. It helps build our potassium. And folate. Those of us who are anemic, I raise my hand. I am severely anemic. Folate is important. So anything that can help me get more iron, more folate, B vitamins that will help my blood, I am all for it. And celery helps me do that. And it's also good for your skin. Some people swear by it. Some people say, it helps with their eczema and psoriasis and things like that. But all those nutrients that it has in there is very good for your skin. So these are the things that why drinking celery or eating celery is good for you. I have chosen to do a stalk of celery a day. But I also eat celery. I eat celery in my tuna. If I eat tuna, I chop some celery in there. I think there's more things that I can incorporate celery in. I know a lot of people cook, when they cook, their seasoning is carrot, celery, and onions. So people incorporate it and don't even know it, but to have more celery in your diet with all these health benefits is always a good thing. So for me, when I do my celery, first of all, I want to talk about the juicer that I use. And the juicer, have a link in the comments. The juicer that I use is an Omega Cold Press 365. I have an Omega. I have the regular standard nutritional Omega, which is about this size without putting anything else to it. is this long. So having something that's compact I could put in my kitchen is awesome. It's easy to clean. It's not a whole lot of pieces, and they don't take long to clean. That's another plus of having this particular thing. It's very quiet, and when I run it, you will see it doesn't make a lot of noise, and a lot of other things makes. You wake up the whole house just trying to juice. I can make this juice, and I'm not waking up my kids before they go to school early in the morning. I'm not, I'm able to keep it kind of silent. I'll be able to do this video while I'm talking with you and still have this on, and then you will see, you'll be like, wow, that was quiet. I'm telling you, that's how it happened. So I love this thing, and like I said, a link to it will be in the comments. It's just a link. I am not an affiliate of this product. I just love this product. And I think if you're going to start juicing, one, it's not that expensive, and when you go to the website, you'll see, compared to other stuff that is not as good as this, it is priced very reasonably. And if you want to start your journey, your juicing journey, your celery journey, I think this is a wise investment to do. Like I said, I have the bigger one. If you notice up there, I even have the straight one. And the Breville, the same people who make this also make that. Okay? It's a different company, but the same company that does the motor and everything. So those are really good juicers. And they're really good. But not everyone wants to go that route. Not everyone wants to spend that kind of money. And this is something you're not spending a whole lot of money, and you're still getting the best benefit. Because one of the other ones that you can get, they're usually heating up. You may not get the best nutrition because they're so fast. And this is a slow, no heat juicer. And the reason why that's important is because when you have something that's slow and no heat, you are keeping the nutrients, which is what you're juicing for. The nutrients, you're keeping that in the machine, and you're keeping that in your juice. And that's what you want. Okay? So this is why I love this product. Like I said, a link to it will be in the comments. And you can, if you want to take the link, you can go and see about it, check it out. It's a really, really nice product. So back to the celery. The celery I tend to use because I'm drinking it raw, I prefer to go organic. Now, sometimes you can find it, sometimes you don't. I think celery, if I'm not mistaken, is on that 10 dirtiest list, so you really want to get organic if you can. When I can't, I also have Enagic water filtration system, and one of the benefits of that is it does have a setting that helps clean your vegetables extremely well, really well. You can, even if you do certain things, it doesn't do it, especially when you know that a lot of these vegetables have an oil-based pesticide on them, and if you're just washing it, if you wash them with something that doesn't degrease, you're not taking it off. That is a natural degreaser, and it will take all that off my vegetables if I have to get something that is not organic. And even if it is organic, you still should wash it very well, because there are things that they allow with organics that you don't necessarily want in your body. So one of the things, so that's one thing. The other thing is try to get it with the leaves. Sometimes, you'll go in there. I mean, if you have to, you'll go get the hearts, and you see all the leaves and everything cut off. But the leaves are very nutritious, and they're just as good, if not better, for when you're doing something like this. There are a lot of nutrients in the leaves, not just the stalks, but also in the leaves. So you want to make sure that when you get a good bunch of celery, it has a lot of leaves as well as good green stalks. So you want to make sure the stalks are really nice and green. You don't want to get something that's yellow or something like that, because now this is in the middle, so that's fine. That's why this is kind of a yellow. It was in the middle of it, but you want to make sure that you don't want it to be like this. Excuse me, more like this on the outside, because then that means it's even worse when you go inside. You want it nice and green and crisp. You don't want it to be, kind of limp and all that, because that means it's been out too long, and you want to make it as fresh and as good as possible. So this is why I like celery juice. I also do regular juicing, and that I will maybe do in another video where I also show my regular juicing thing, and it won't be as long as this one because I'm now going into all the intricacies of celery and the thing. But that one I will also do and let you know. This is what I juice for today. Today is going to be a couple of greens, and we will discuss that when I do that video. And very simple juice. Like why to juice, why do you juice, and the health benefits of juicing, things like that. We will go into that. So, turn this machine on. So you hear it. Not very loud. I really don't have to raise my voice, but so much. It's in order for you to hear me. Then you just take, so you have this, set. Give me that right there, please. Nope, over. Nope. Put that back, right there. That black thing, right there. Yep, thank you. This is the plunger, and you can bring my glass to right there. Thank you. And this is my glass. I love cute glasses. I always think that if you're drinking your juice and everything, you have a cute glass. This makes it easy and makes it for sure. So, take the stalks, you stick them in. You see how slow? It's a very slow auger, so it just has like a little turning mechanism inside. It has, give me that piece right there, please. Yep, that. It has this, so that, holds the stuff in. This is the plunger that you just kind of help push the food down. Okay? And then you see, you have juice on one side, pulp in the other. Now, and we'll discuss it about juicing and fiber, because that's the one thing that this does take out. When you juice, you take out the fiber for this. And, there's benefits to fiber. Don't ever think there isn't. There's benefits to fiber. Fiber helps. The one thing about fiber is that it does work on your digestion, because your body has to break down that fiber. But because when it breaks down the fiber, it also makes it so that you are fuller. So sometimes, if you ever notice, with juice, you don't get so full. Why? Because you don't have the fiber. It's just straight to juice. Another thing good about celery is it's a very, it has a lot of water. It has high water content to it. Okay? Like watermelon, what's another one that has high water content? There's a couple of things that have high water content to it. Cucumber, high water content. So it can go towards your intake too. A lot of times people say you gotta drink more water, but the intake of water's good. And I like to start with water because they don't drink enough anyway. But you can also, it's really an intake of liquid that, of liquid too. So you can have some liquid in there. Okay? So this is me just juicing. And this will give me, this is actually going to be a bigger stalk, so I might end up getting like 16 ounces of juice in it. I don't go by ounces, I go by the stalk. The bigger the stalk, probably the more juice you are going to get. So if you see yourself getting a little itty bitty stalk, then you may want to add a half a stalk to it just to give yourself more juice. But if you have a nice healthy stalk, then you're good. You don't need to, a nice healthy bunch, you don't need to, be so particular, like, oh my God, I gotta get exactly 16, 20, 30, ounces. Juice what you want, juice what you can, and you'll get what you need. Especially if you're just starting out on your journey, don't make it difficult for you. I am so big, and if I haven't said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a health coach, and I am really big on helping people start where they are and get where they need to go, but not make it so hard for them that they don't stick to it. Because if you don't stick to it, then it doesn't. Why do it? You want to do something that you can definitely stick to, and the way for you to stick to it is to start small and work your way up. If you want to drink more water and you're not drinking any, add a cup, add 2 cups. If you're not eating a whole lot of fruits and vegetables, and you want to add an extra fruit and vegetable into your diet. You don't have to go all crazy. You don't have to go vegan or go vegetarian like tomorrow. You can up what you haven't done today. And that's what you want to do. And the more you up it, the more steps you take, then you'll reach to where you're at. One of the other things I'm very good at is helping you make things easier in your lifestyle. So even though I do all of this, I also do Juice Plus. Why? Because Juice Plus is fruits and vegetables, and it does the same thing. It gives me the nutrients that I need, and it's easy to incorporate. Because if I can't do this, I'm having trouble, something happens, the kids are going, as you have something else during the day, I am still getting what I need for my body, and everything else I do after that is gravy. So I love that. I love having that particular product in my arsenal to keep me with healthy habits and healthy. And so look, this is what we did. So this was actually, I thought it'd be 16. It's about 12 ounces, almost 12 ounces of juice, if you can see, almost, which is good. You can see the pulp that it did. So it did, this is all the fiber that was in there. This is the pulp that it did. And that is my juice journey. One of the things, I don't particularly like the foam, so I do try to strain it. But since I didn't bring the strainer this time, I will just pour. But you can always use, Seth, give me that right there, as a matter of fact. Nope, down. Nope, down. Yep, over. Underneath the glove. Yes. Thank you, baby. You can always, I like to use a sieve. I can use a bigger one or a smaller one. And then I just pour it so the foam don't be in there, because I don't particularly like the foam. And strain. Now, some of the better strainers, their other Omega strainers actually have the strainer on top. But you still may have to do that, so it's kind of like a moot point to me. And there you go. My celery juice for the day. The next video will be about me juicing my regular juice for the day. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. I want to say hi to Delina. I want to say hi. There's a Facebook user, but it doesn't say who. So I'll just say hello to you. And thank you for joining me today. If you would like more information, if you'd like to see what I do, there is my link. You can see my website, scroll across. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can always like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to be doing much more videos and get much more into health and goals and things like that. And like I said, once again, I'm also on Clubhouse. So if you want to come on Clubhouse, Monday too at Lexi Moon and Fanbase. Also, I'll talk about that. I'm also Lexi Moon on there. I'm working that out. But I'm trying to be everywhere. I'm going to be a lot of places that you can reach out to me. So if you want to learn more, you want to know more, come find me, and I'll be there for you. So thank you. Happy drinking. Bye.